2014. Such a time. Such a time. It's crazy that it's been 11 years since this game's came out. I wanted to do a playthrough of Borderlands, the pre-sequel, just because I've been playing a bunch of Borderlands content recently, and I just wanted to kind of switch it up and just have some fun. This is the least played game, I'd say, out of the series that I've played. I haven't played, well, that's not true. Like, I've never even played Wonderlands, and I've only played through Borderlands 3, like, maybe 2 or 3 times. I'm just not a huge fan of it. But I ended up having tons of fun playing this game, and I really enjoyed it. So basically, the premise is it's an in-between game between Borderlands 1 and 2, for those that don't know. And at the end of Borderlands 1, there's some stuff that happens between that time and the start of Borderlands 2, where Handsome Jack has come into power. So this is essentially the rise of Handsome Jack, and we help Handsome Jack himself throughout this entire story. So it's really cool, and hopefully you guys are able to enjoy. It's a pretty cool opening cutscene too. There's a bunch of different stuff that's going on, and yeah, let's just get right into it. Super excited. So the game starts just like most other Borderlands games. You kind of talk to a claptrap robot. One thing I really enjoy about this game is there's other claptraps besides the main one. So this is before they all got eradicated, and there's a bunch of really funny ones and different personalities that you see throughout the game. So it's really cool. But this is really just the opening intro. We just kind of got our first little guns, and we had to make our way to meet Handsome Jack. So this is before Handsome Jack has his mask. It kind of explains how he comes to power in Hyperion. And in the beginning, he's not Handsome Jack. He's called something else. So this is where we first get introduced to him. He gets punched in the face, and he's just simply in over his head Jack. And we help him out here. We come to his rescue as he's getting the shit beat out of him like some fucking druggie in an alley. I don't know. We helped our boy out. We killed everyone. We destroyed all these turrets. And it really wasn't too hard. The game gives you two different guns in the beginning, a little SMG as well as a assault rifle, I believe. Or a pistol. Yeah, it was a pistol. So it wasn't really too hard in the beginning. Now we just had to follow Jack and try to get off the Helios station. When we tried to make our way over to these escape ships, we ended up getting greeted by this person. Giant robot alien lady. So she knew about the iridium huffing before Lilith did. She was tweaking off the iridium and the slag. Look at her, just tweaking. She almost looks like that person from Doctor Strange, the first one, with Dormammu. She's got that black magic look to her. And then there's this alien thing, which I would give it a name, but I don't know how to pronounce its name. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know. I couldn't fucking tell you. Help my fuck. I couldn't tell you. So yeah, this is just basically what happens. We have to leave and find a different area to go to get off this fucking ship, because I'm not dealing with that with this little ass fucking submachine gun. It's just not gonna fucking happen. So we fought our way through, kind of shot everyone. Wasn't really too hard. This is before they had loaders. You ended up making the loaders in this game, so that's kind of cool. But it wasn't really too bad in this opening sequence. Like, this kind of SMG was just killing me. Like, it was just killing people on the crits. And I ended up getting my skill point. And I'm playing as Jack here, like the doppelganger, because I've never played as him before. And he's fucking OP, I'll tell you guys right now. I've heard the legends, but holy fucking hell, he's definitely strong. And having tons of fun. And there's a really cool, like, voiceover. There's, like, a narration during this game where Lilith and Athena and a couple people are talking. And that's how this game goes. You're kind of, like, telling a story. It almost feels like a really large DLC for Borderlands 2. It's really quite cool. I quite enjoy it so far. So we have to go downstairs because we're going to try to make our way to the moonshot cannon. But before we do that, there's this big old ugly son of a fucking bitch in this really shitty, like, on-fire doll suit. So he's like a real knockoff Iron Man. This guy's like I don't know, I guess you could call like fucking Alibaba Iron Man suit. And he's really easy. Like, he's already like half dead when he first spawns in, so it's not really that difficult. I just kind of changed some loot out and just smacked him in the face. It wasn't really too hard. So the suit was really easy to deal with. He wasn't too bad either. He's really just a reskinned version of another enemy that we see later on. He's not very strong. This is the equivalent to the Knuckle Dragger boss fight, so it's really not too hard. I mean, he's called Flame Knuckle, so it's basically Knuckle Dragger. It's like a play on that. And I just kind of cleared out all these level 1 enemies first, and then I just got right in his face and shot him in the head with my SMG. It wasn't really that hard of a boss. I mean, it's not meant to be. It's just meant to be like a tutorial. And I was able to punch him in the face. I realized that I punch him in the eye over and over. It does a lot of damage, so that's pretty good. And we finished him up just like that. Didn't get any special drops, which sucks, but is what it is. Nothing wrong with that. Now we have to make our way over to the moonshot once we defeated everybody. So we hopped inside the moonshot cannon, and we just basically waited for Jack to fire us down to the Elpis. We were able to initiate the travel, and that was essentially the end of the intro, the opening where we're on Helios. Jack kind of gets overran here. We don't really see how he gets out of this, but I guess he ended up killing them all, so it wasn't really that big of a deal. Yeah, Jack proceeded to defend himself, and then we got, like, the most fierce concussion of all time. Probably, like, all our organs fucking at once shot outside of our noses and ears. I don't even know. It was probably fucking ridiculous, but there's this pretty dope cutscene where they get shot right by all these, doll ships shooting at the Helios station. It really goes to show how big the Helios station really is, taking all that fire. And this is what a moonshot looks like. For those that never saw this game, I mean, I thought it was kind of cool. And then this is where we really start the game. This is where we meet one of our first characters. It's essentially Scooter, except for way, way, way less gravity in the storyline. Unfortunately, Janie Springs really doesn't do too much besides make the grinder, and you don't even need to do that. That's like an optional thing. It's just a quest. So, yeah, meet Janie Springs. So instead of suffocating and having her eyes pop outside of her head from the vacuum of space, Janie was really nice and brought us over here to her place. Oh, did I mention this game is completely Australian? Yeah, like boot of the car, fucking Australian. Like massive spider Australian. Like drinking like fire water and smoking. I don't know what they smoke over there, but some sort of kratom. I don't know, I guess. Just crazy shit. Crazy shit. Kangaroos and all. So every single person in this game, except for like the standard Borderlands characters, are Australian. So thought it was kind of cool. So now we have to go to Concordia. That's really the next step in the game. So we're going to hop out of there. Oh yeah, we got to get an oxygen kit first too, so we don't die. We made our way over to the checkpoint, and I saw these little crag and pebbles. These guys aren't really too hard. They're essentially the skags of this game. They're like moon skags. We picked up our Oz kit, and then yeah, that's basically it. We've got a little chest, and we didn't really get anything too crazy out of it, so I just ended up going right back. So yeah, that's essentially it. I saved and quit, so that was a little quicker, so I could spawn back in. The next big bad of the game was some guy named Deadlift, which is pretty funny because I like to do a lot of deadlifts, or at least I did before I got really hurt. Almost back now, guys. Almost back now. For those that don't know, I tore a testicle in half and a bunch of different other shit. Had 2 sports hernias. So that's why I started really posting on YouTube, and I'm finally kind of getting back to it now. So also tore my left pec. So yeah, lots of shit. Lots of injuries, and really sick for a long time. But I'm almost back now. Got distracted by this guy's name being Deadlift. But yeah, miss doing deadlifts. We got to go kill this guy because I fucking want to do deadlifts and his name's Deadlifts, and fuck, god damn it. So yeah, that's basically all we do. We have to get this jump pad back online so that we can get into his little area. And then other than that, this is really just like the Captain Flint of this game. This is essentially the same distance and same length. So it seems Janie Springs is just as severely autistic as Scooter. I don't think she's as bad, but she told us to stand in this electricity and act as a fuse. I don't know about you guys. I don't know how much you know about electricity, but that'd fucking kill you. So yeah, fucking yeah. Forgot to say Deadlift. Deadlift is cerebral palsy, by the way. Not the fun kind, but the motor kind. The guy is fucking. The guy's lacking, bro. The guy's lacking. He kind of reminds me of Sloth from the Goonies. I imagine that's who's living under the suit. We got another skill point. We started kind of working into these 2 skills here, and yeah, let's go kill Deadlift, that fat son of a bitch. Alrighty, so we made our way over to the fat sack of shit, Deadlift. I'm not really sure why his name is Deadlift, but some points about Deadlift. I guess he's electric and he's Australian, so he probably likes heavy metal. That's my guess. I'm not sure if Australian people like heavy metal. I know they like Sixto Rodriguez because I learned about that in a sociology class, which is kind of interesting, actually. Kind of interesting. Look him up. You guys never listen to his music. Really cool. So yeah, we had to go kill Deadlift. He wasn't really too hard. I'll skip forward to when we actually fight him because he's just fucking running around and jumping all over these pads. Like, I did hardly any damage to him too. It's fucking horrible. His shields were the worst part, as well as this like electric floor situation, ground is lava type deal. It wasn't really that bad otherwise. Once I got his shields down, he was basically just a normal enemy. As you guys can see, I mean, I have a weak gun. It does 14 damage a shot, and it absolutely melted him with the jacks. And we got our first futuristic gun, laser weapon, so that's kind of cool. And now we just have to go get the Digistruct key, and then we can move on with the rest of the mission. Alrighty, so we had to go pick up this key. It was just in this toilet. Bada boom. I just almost puked in my mouth. I don't know why, but bada boom. And then we got these new futuristic chests, which is pretty cool. Basically the red chest from the past Borderlands games, but moon style. And then this is where we get our buggy, which is basically just like the car. I ended up dying here, which is pretty shitty. I got put down, and then I zapped that guy with the long-distance taser. Kind of tickled him a little bit, and then I got put down here, and I'm pretty sure this is where I ended up dying. Yeah, I did. But we ended up just, like, resetting this thing and getting our buggy, which is really all I needed to say here. Once we got the buggy, we needed to do this little jump, and I fucked it up. I don't know how. It was the easiest jump of all time. I was just too stoned. It was too late at night. I fucked this jump up not once, not twice, not thrice. 4 times. So why don't we just skip ahead? You guys can laugh. I laughed at myself. I was in a Discord call at the time, and my friend was watching the stream, and he was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, can't you do it?" I don't know. I just I'm not used to zero gravity. Fuck off. So the next part of the mission, once we made our way back to Janie Springs, was to grab the Orbitron, and she said this would help us get into Concord. I ended up jumping past that little thing, but I didn't want to show it. I didn't want to show it because I was kind of embarrassed. Who fucking dies 4 times? No, fuck off jumping cracks with my vehicle. Like, this is literally how I died the last 4 times. Like, absolutely fuck off. Like, a million times in a row. So I just kind of used my new skill point, and we made our way to Concordia. We hit this crazy jump. First try, actually, too. I was pretty happy with myself. I'm not too great with driving on this moon with the weird gravity systems. And we just kind of went through this little pathway here, and we got our way to Concordia. Concordia is essentially the sanctuary of this game. It's basically like the main town, like New Haven is in Borderlands 1 or Sanctuary in Borderlands 2. It's kind of cool looking. Crop hole if I ever saw one. Oh, fuck, I love this game, dude. The humor is unmatched. Handsome Jack is unmatched. So we had to find our way to a little security claptrap, or a little security bot, and this is the one that we were looking for. So once we talked to him, he kind of led us through the little system here to get into Concordia, which I think is funny. He called us Buster, and honestly, I fucking love this guy. He's asking for papers. Look at the fucking humor. Look at the humor, bro. Even my character tells him to go fuck himself. I love it. He's swearing constantly. I love it. I fucking love it. Oh, what a legendary fucking game. We didn't want to end up in jail here, which is where the Claptrap wanted to put us. So we gave him this little Orbitron, which is essentially just a digital edible. And yeah, he just chilled out. He chilled out a lot. He Bob Marley'd that motherfucker. So Janie Springs seems pretty chill. If she's got an Orbitron for the Claptrap, what's she got for the humans, eh? You got some fucking 100 milligram Reese's Pieces or something nice? I don't know. And yeah, oh yeah, this is Nurse Nina. Absolutely useless character. Literally does nothing in the story. Like you don't even do a mission for her. Like I'm sure she has side missions, but I couldn't give a less of a fuck. And she made us stand on this decontamination pad, which is kind of dumb because I stood completely still. She told me to stand still. I ended up waiting here for like 2 minutes and nothing happened. And then I moved, and apparently that's what did it. So I don't know, fucking weird bit. So the next thing we needed to do was go talk to Moxie, essentially the bar owner, and we met Roland and Lilith as well. They were just apparently here partying. They didn't look like they were partying too much, just kind of chilling. Weird. And Roland looked fucking lizardish. He looked like a lizard person. Weird. So yeah, kind of funny. We had to talk to them for the story. And Roland went super philosopher on us. And Lilith just wanted to turn up, which I respect, honestly. Like, fuck. Life's short. Like, if you're gonna turn up, you may as well fucking go hard and not worry about the consequences. And oh yeah, and then everyone's favorite bimbo showed up, Moxie, with a bunch of drinks, and yeah, that's just kind of what happened. So we talked to Moxie and continued on with the game. So we had to figure out where this like signal was coming from. So Moxie made us run around Concordia. It's essentially like the same premise as like when Scooter made us hit those ignition switches, but it's a lot more complicated. You have to destroy these like weird fucking fuse boxes. Well, they're not weird, they're just fuse boxes, and put these little jamming systems all around, and kind of overhear calls because he wanted to get the Mariff, who's the sheriff and mayor of Concordia. You just wanted to blackmail him, basically, see what he's doing. So this is kind of like a weird quest, but we just kind of ran around the city. So once we placed the last one inside here, we were able to kind of intercept what the sheriff was talking about, the mayor sheriff. And he's essentially trying to rizz up a robot, which honestly, like, respectable if they looked fucking hot, but otherwise, I don't know, kind of creepy, bro. Kind of creepy, kind of weird. You could just go talk to a chick. So, yeah, that's essentially what's going on. Now we had to return to Moxie, and she was hiding her secret little redneck fucking place here, Alabama, working on robots and shit. And she was just kind of standing here with her jump chute and huge flopping tits. So that's kind of what all that was going on. And now she gave us a way to get out of it, get out of Concord. So that was kind of cool. So after we made our way out of Concord, we had to go pick up these prisms because there was this little robot claptrap that was stopping us from getting to the area we needed to. So we killed a bunch of these little, basically, bandits. I found a new dull sniper rifle, a new shield, a couple different things that were going to help me out with this game. And so far, I was having actually a ton of fun. I was moving around a lot. I really enjoyed Jack's skill, so it's actually tons of fun. We just had to kill these guys. It wasn't anything too crazy. Have to figure out the jump pads and different things like that, so it wasn't too bad. It was actually pretty fun. I couldn't jump up there, so this is where I mean you have to like shoot this little side here and this regulator for this jump pad, and it'll launch you up into the air. So I got fucking stuck here like an idiot, and then I was getting shot by this little Darksider, and I got put down and ended up dying. So woo, that was a lot of fun. We got our final prism here. We just had to kill a couple different people, a couple of these little mini bosses. Wasn't anything too crazy. And once we did that, we were able to travel back to the little claptrap, and we were able to get the hell out of here and move on with the rest of the story. So, thank God. But this area was kind of cool. I mean, it wasn't too bad. Just a bunch of bandits, really. Nothing too crazy. Once we came back to our little claptrap buddy here by the door, he actually told us that... we had to join the gang before he opened up the door. So, fair enough, buddy. Fair enough. Fucking cartel rules, I guess. So... had to go through the side door and say R, which didn't end up working, foreshadowing, just had to shoot everyone in the head with a 44, and that was a pretty good key itself to get through any door. So we killed everyone over here by the side door. I didn't want to join any gang. Good boy. And, yeah, that's basically all. We just killed everyone here. It wasn't anything too crazy. They were floating around, and it was kind of hard to hit them, so I just waited till they landed on the ground for the most part. In the next area of the game, we had to listen to Jack talk to Zarpedon, and they were just talking about killing so many people. And it's funny because Jack was basically saying, like, okay, you're fucking crazy for wanting to destroy the entire planet. But he ended up becoming a crazy lunatic as well. But seems like Jack is, like, kind of more favorable in this game. I mean, honestly, I never, like, hated him. Like, I don't fucking hate him for what he wanted to do. It's a crazy place, but it's kind of made more sense, like just a bunch of like explanation kind of stuff that we were walking through here. But what we need to do here in this bandit camp was we need to kill Red and Belly. They were kind of like basically the next boss that were equivalent of like Mad Maw, I guess, and a little bit more. He's kind of like Mad Maw, Bad Maw, not Mad Maw. And yeah, we just had to like destroy all this like turrets and all these people and stuff like that so we can get inside and hunt those guys down and defeat the gate guards and do all that fun stuff. Once we did all that fun stuff and shot through about 100 people, we made our way to the boss room. This was a pretty cool boss. There's like a little midget on top of like a big guy. And very Australian of him, Sane Boogie. And pretty fucking cool. He seems like a pretty cool boss. I thought it was a pretty cool boss. I've only ever fought this guy like once or twice, so it was kind of cool. It kind of felt new. He wasn't really that hard. Like, he wasn't that hard of a boss, especially with this sniper rifle. The sniper rifle is absolute gas, this dull sniper rifle. And I was using these shock grenades as well, and we were kind of getting him with some good damage right off the start, so I knew it wasn't going to be that hard of a boss. I just used my ultimate, too, to clean up whoever else. He kind of did like a health gate thing there and regen most of his health. And they split up, but it didn't really matter too much because he ended up being a little bit weaker once they split up, so it was pretty easy to clear everyone out. I was doing huge damage at this point in the game because of the sniper rifle that I had, and you guys can see, I mean, we basically dropped everyone right away. It really wasn't that difficult. Belly wasn't really doing too much. He kind of just ran around and jumped on me once. I think that's really the only thing he was able to do. And then this other guy, Red, was a little bit more challenging because he was kind of a smaller target. He's kind of a little bit more difficult to hit. And as soon as my ult went down, I was like, fuck, like, what the fuck am I going to do? But thank God there was this little scav, and I blew his fucking forehead out with this unknown caliber bullet, and then we killed Red with the last bit of the magazine, and Jack said, who the hell are those weirdos? Oh my fuck. The humor in this game is unmatched. Like, truly, it's hilarious. So much handsome Jack moments. I love it. Fucking great. So to turn off the signal, we just had to destroy these relays, and this was the last one that I needed to destroy on top. And that was that. Now we got all sorts of stuff. We got fast travel. Helios was all back. Jack was super happy. And Marif was kind of pissed off, and we found out that he was a traitor. And that was that. Damn, just like that. Marif fucking dug his own grave. Unfortunate. So that was really the next thing that we need to do is go kill the Marif. So that was that. Time to go back to Concordia and talk to the Marif. On the way back to Concordia, I saw this little side chest, and I was like, oh, I kind of want this. What is this? And I kind of floated my way in here and went to open up this little dull chest, and inside was a surprise. I saw this little thing, and I was like, oh, this definitely is good. I got a weird, unique weapon. I got a lumpy Jack O'Cannon, and I was kind of surprised by this, because I never remembered this being here. And I thought it was kind of cool. It shot these little jack-o'-lanterns that were explosive, and it did a pretty decent amount of damage, decent amount of AoE and stuff like that. So we ended up rocking it for a little bit. Cool. So we met Jack back in Concordia, and told this little claptrap bot that the Marif was breaking the law. So he was able to get us up to his offices so that we were able to bypass the security. And that was that. It's pretty easy. Once we got upstairs, there's a few guards, a couple scavs and stuff like that. Nothing really too crazy. We were able to clear them out pretty simply. We were pretty powerful at this point in the game, so wasn't too bad. And then we confronted the Marif for his fucking bullshit tendencies. And that was really that. Serena, unfortunately, Claptrap's girlfriend, was getting, I guess, integrated by the Marif, and that was kind of weird to say, but I guess it was true. Unfortunate, the little Claptrap got really upset and ended up running into this gate, so I guess I'll just let that play out.
You are hereby under arrest for violating Alpha's ethical code 3110, forbidding unlicensed interplay between... Oh my god! You stole my girlfriend, you meatbag! Open this door!
So after talking to the Marif, he turned his back. Jack turned his back, and the Marif tried to shoot him. And that was really the start of how Jack turned crazy. He fucking turned this guy to jam with some laser gun, and he kind of liked it. And that was kind of crazy, but I guess it was invigorating to shoot someone that just tried to shoot you in the back. I mean, I would have said the same thing. I would have been like, you fucking rat bastard piece of shit. Probably would have said way worse stuff if someone tried to shoot me. So pretty fair, actually. Pretty fair. Kicked him in the... kind of poked him with his foot a little bit there. So honestly, death of the Claptrap, Marif deserved it. Marif deserved it. I like Claptraps. They're pretty chill. So the next part of the game, we had to just go talk to Springs and kind of basically build up those robots, build up the Hyperion army. So after we talked to Springs, nothing really happened there, so I didn't really put it in here. She basically just told us to come over here and get a Stingray so that we could jump a gap. A Stingray is essentially just like a Roadrunner, I guess. Like, it's just like a much faster moon vehicle, and it has like a little bit of a levitation, has a little bit of a boost to it. So this is where we were integrating that into the catch-a-ride system, not fast travel. And yeah, it was pretty cool. Once we did this, we're able to bypass and go to the next part of the game. So the next thing we needed to do was jump this gap with the Stingray, which we barely made. I'm not going to say how many times I died there. At least 6 or 7. I didn't mean to say that. But at least 6 or 7 times. I'm not good with the jumps with these vehicles. So we just had to run through here. There's just a bunch of enemies, random enemies. Nothing really too crazy. And yeah, that was basically it. And Zarpedon is trying to recruit us, and she's happy that we're fighting. And that was basically that. And she basically told us to like get out of there and like not worry about anything. And honestly, looking back at it after seeing what happened in Borderlands 2, like maybe she was the good guy the whole time. Who knows? Who fucking knows? So yeah, we had to go find this guy named Davis Pickle. So that's what we were doing next. So after running across the map, we made our way over to Pickle, and no surprise to anyone, Pickle is a child. So this is essentially the Tiny Tina of this game, and he's just really someone that steals a bunch of shit. That's really all he does. And he's a little bit, I almost said something, but he's a little bit of a money-hungry person, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with having a big nose, so to speak. And oh fuck, just comedic purposes, everyone. And yeah, he just basically left us to go. Bah, bah, bah. My brain's blanking out. Just move to the next place, basically. So Pickle wanted us to drain this kind of thing. I think it's like some cryogenic type, something like that, liquid nitrogen, something like that. And they wanted us to drain it into the lava so we could cross over. It didn't end up working, but we had to go. We had a way of fixing that. We had a way of fixing that. So the easiest way to do that was just redirect the flow of methane. So we just kind of had to hop around this little methane pump station. There was a bunch of enemies here too, but they were pretty easy to kill. It wasn't really too bad. I kind of missed a jump here, but we just had to run over to this little pad. But for the most part, so far, the game wasn't really too hard. It was just kind of I guess like more trivial. Like you just kind of press this button here and open up this pipe here, and lots of enemies here and there, but for the most part it was just like scavs and nothing too crazy. So once we did this redirection, we were able to go dump the methane, and we were able to cross that lava bridge, which was pretty nice. So we dropped down into this little abyss by all the lava and drained the methane. So we were able to make our way over to the next part of the game and fight on the bosun. And there's a bunch of these big skags, or I guess they're called kragans or kragans, something like that. Yeah, kragan. And we had to fight this big one, which wasn't really that big of a deal. He kind of health gated me for a second, but for the most part, it's pretty easy. Just kind of hit him with a grenade, and we had to go shut the bosun up. So let's go do that. We were looking for an AI. That's why we had to come here to meet this guy, because apparently there was an AI on board this ship, so we didn't really know where it was. It was pretty simple to fight through these guys. I was one level over most of them, so it wasn't really a big deal. Some of them were like one level over me, but I was pretty on par with my loot and stuff like that. I got a new Dahl shock sniper. These Dahl weapons, man, Dahl weapons never hit this hard in Borderlands 2. Like, they fucking smoke in this game. So, same with the Merv grenades and different things like that. So, I was basically chilling for the most part here. And it wasn't really that hard of a system to, like, fight through. We just kind of had to run around and maybe jump around outside a little bit. But we got to the bosun after, like, 5 minutes. It really wasn't that difficult. So, we fought through everything, and we made our way up to the bosun. And he was basically just a Discord mod. So it's kind of funny, like a Discord mod boss. I like their idea here. Oh, fuck. He's like Eric Cartman from the World of Warcraft episode in South Park. This guy's got the floating chair and everything, and the shield generators. So, I mean, he is like a tech guy. So the first thing we need to do was just destroy these shield generators. That wasn't really too hard. Like, I just basically just stood here and shot them. It was really like a low-risk fight. Like, I didn't even need to move around. I just kind of stood in one place and focused on getting these shields down. And as soon as the shields were down, it was really an easy boss fight. Now that the shields were down, we basically just drained him. He was really easy to kill. I just used this pistol and fucking put a couple rounds into him, and that was that. He dropped like a fly, and dropped us a bunch of loot too, which was nice. Bunch of rocks and a blue Dahl rifle, which was kind of cool. So nice, get some more blues, and now we got the AI. Basically, we had to just go open up the door and see who it was. Newsflash, it's Felicity. It's the woman that's been talking to us this whole time. So that was kind of cool. We got a couple skins, nothing too crazy. So once we got the AI, we kind of just looted around a little bit, kind of just like looked around for some extra chests and stuff. Handed in the mission, and we finally got our third weapon slot. Thank God. So now we need to go to this little robot factory that Lilith is talking about, because we got to build up those loaders. So kind of cool, kind of cool. So let's go do that. Birth of the Constructor. This is where the Constructors get born. Not burned, born. I guess they do get burned, because we do kill one, so I guess I'm right. So, on our way to the Lobart, I'm losing my mind. On our way to the robot factory. Oh, Lobot. Sorry. Oh, fuck. I mean, no offense. It's just pure comedy, guys. Just pure comedy. On our way to the Lobot factory, we encountered these shocker. Fuck, what am I doing right now? We had to wait for this fucking train, and then we were able to access the factory. So that's all we were doing here. We just called the train and was waiting for it. Once we were at the Lobot factory, we just had to kill a bunch of skags, some torques, nothing really too crazy. I got this new rocket launcher type Jacobs assault rifle, which normally never very good in Borderlands history. Not really too great in Borderlands 2, but in the pre-sequel seems to slap. So we made our way over to Deck 6. This is basically like 20 minutes skipped here because it was just like running through and opening doors, nothing too crazy. We met this guy, Gladstone. He was essentially the guy that created the constructors, so that's who this guy is, lore-wise. And he's going to help us make a robot army, so that's the next part of this, which is pretty cool. He's pretty fucking dope, though. He seems pretty cool. So then we came across these fucking doll soldiers, and they closed the door. I tried to like make my way through there, tried to do like a little bit of a speed glitch like in Borderlands 2 with the exploder. And then this was the big bad. This was a couple power suits, which really weren't that fucking hard. They were honestly easier than like the badass loaders, which I guess makes sense. Like because like the lore of this, they're trying to basically explain like these things are weak, right? Like they're not that good, and that's why they needed to create the AI military loader, all that stuff like that. So that's what we're gonna go do now. We just have to move forward, and I just kind of wanted to show this art with these little loaders because they're kind of cool, kind of blast from the past, right? And this fucking AR was just carrying me, bro. We made our way inside the facility, the robot facility. This guy kind of just pissed on the wall, and I thought it was kind of funny. I mean, this is pretty crazy. Newsflash, actually, real quick story. When I was working as a bouncer, I worked as a bouncer for many years in Vancouver and Hastings. And one time I got in a fight with this guy, and he tried to pull out his fucking dick and piss on me when I threw him outside. So I threw him outside of the club, and then he stood up and immediately tried to piss on me. And I closed the door, and he's like full on instant streamed, bro, in like 0.2 of a second. Like this guy had to go that whole time, so no wonder it was a pretty easy fight. But oh fuck, I should do like a video one day telling stories. Honestly, I think that'd be a great video telling stories, because I have so many stupid stories, dude. Like denying furries at the door because they don't show their ID and they don't take off their head, like their headpiece, like all sorts of disgusting shit, just vile shit. Oh yeah, back to the game. So we turned on the power, and now we're basically getting everything working in the factory, right? Because the factory wasn't on. Now we're going to get it on, and we're going to start getting these robots built up. So mainly in the form of a constructor. So we had to go over to this table and squish together a bunch of different eyes. We saw like the precursor little robots and took their eyes. I didn't put it in here because they were just like basically just loot midgets. You had to kill like 4 loot midgets, then that dropped nothing. And once we squish their eyes together, we make the constructor eye, which is kind of cool. So there you go. You ever wondered how they got their eyes? There you go. It's from this guy, Gladstone, and this machine. Super cool. Yeah. So then we have to take this and go plug it back into the main kind of area, like the main constructor body. So now we're next to the constructor body. Just got to plug the eye in. And that's basically all we needed to do here. Now we need to just go get the turrets, get some good weapons on this motherfucker. The next part of this was kind of annoying. We had to sit here and get these turrets calibrated. It wasn't really too bad, but we just kind of had to be bait for a while, so I ended up going down a few times. Picked up this pretty cool cryo laser, though. It's kind of like a shotgun and a laser at the same time, and dual weapon, so it's got that burst fire on it. Kind of cool, kind of versatile. It worked pretty good for this kind of area. Once we got the turrets attached, we just kind of had to install Felicity here. Felicity is that AI that we got from the bosun. She wasn't too happy about getting turned into this like knockoff Kmart Iron Man. I don't know. She was kind of pissed. She just went on a rampage, ended up killing a bunch of like bandits and scavs and different things like that. And yeah, I guess you guys can guess what's going to happen next. Will she turn her back on us and try to kill us for making her into a robot? Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, she ended up stomping these people. It was pretty funny. She like basically turned these guys into fucking jam, man. Like she was just squishing people left and right. She just turned that guy into a fucking jelly. nice rose jelly, and that's about all. Felt bad for her though, because she did not want it to be turned into a robot. But hey, it's Borderlands. The moon's about to explode. What do you expect? And I went down there. That's bullshit. I killed the guy. She stole my kill. Fucking bitch. We'll get her back for that one. Promise. We got the power suit installed. We got everything all hooked up. The legs and turrets and all that cool stuff. Gladstone. I felt happy for this guy. He seemed like a fucking pretty chill dude. I like the voice actor for this guy. It's nice, nice. And just now, the only thing left is really to install Felicity, and she really didn't want to be installed, but you know, what can you do? What can you do? Moon's on the line. So all that was left was really to install the AI core. Felicity was not happy with that. And she got like it's kind of like the Wolverine treatment here, like X-Men Origins. They plugged her in and trashed a bunch of her memories and stuff, and then she like freaked out. I felt bad for her. This is pretty sad. She's pretty fucking upset. But this is how the constructor gets born. Comes out of this person, which is kind of cool. I think this is a kind of a cool boss fight. And it's basically just like Saturn, kind of, but with a chunkier health bar. I don't know. It doesn't really seem like anything too crazy. But we were able to take her out not too difficultly. We had some pretty good loot at this point in the game. I was always like staying on top of my loot. I wanted to use this rocket launcher right away to just like get rid of these turrets and stuff like that. She kind of had a couple of cool abilities like constructing things. You know, these are like the prototype shield repairer type kind of things, which is kind of cool. I thought that was cool. It looks to be like the same ones Jack actually uses with like his cloaking kind of ability in the end of Borderlands 2. So we just kind of popped her with a bunch of these rockets. The rockets were doing hella damage. I just got this rocket launcher from a chest. It's just a white one, but it was fucking doing work, hitting with that reload cancel. And the boss fight really didn't last too long. I mean, explosive damage just like carried this fucking fight like crazy. The security bots weren't really that strong. They're not compared to the loaders. And I also had a corrosive stomp there, so it was pretty fucking wild. And at the end here, I was just kind of spamming stomps, trying to get that corrosive dot, try to get some damage over time. And that was basically that. I mean, the corrosive damage basically killed her. And a couple more shots, and that was that. So pretty easy fight. You know, it took like a minute. But just kind of felt bad. I wish the constructor was able to do like some sort of dance move or something like that. But or like a phase 2. Like a phase 2 would be kind of cool, but I think I just like kind of glitched the boss out because I killed her at like the wrong platform, so she had to go park herself down and then she died. So rest in peace. Rest in peace. It wasn't really that tough, but thanks, Jack. Thanks. And then this is how the loaders get born. The first constructor constructs the first loaders, and that's that. Huge, huge, huge gains. Huge gains. And there was some cool loot. Nothing crazy. I didn't get any legendaries or nothing. But nothing too crazy. We were able to continue with the game, though. As soon as we were done with this, we just had to move back to, I think it was the next thing, was making an attack on Helios. So, excited. Yeah, let's do that. Once we were back at the bar, we were able to get some free loot from Moxie. Just basically a bunch of Moxie weapons. I didn't use any of this stuff. None of it was really that good. So, I don't know. Just kind of basic weapons and shielding. Nothing too crazy. And the cryo grenade, nothing too crazy. It's basically just the kiss of death. It is the kiss of death from Borderlands 2. So, meh. Nothing too crazy. So after that, we were able to go to the Hyperion Hub of Heroism, which is kind of a funny place. I think this place is fucking sick, though. This is honestly one of the coolest maps in the Borderlands franchise. It kind of like, it seems like, you know the DLC where you go to the crash ship with Professor Neck, or whatever his name is? He's here as well. Like, it's straight up out of that DLC. It's so cool. I think it seems like such a fucking cool place. So we had to do a bunch of stuff in here to start. Basically, we just had to kill tons of people and work our way through and go and rescue some scientists. So why don't we just move that? I was just hopping back and forth. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. There's tons of these guys in here, these Lost Legion Marines. Nothing really too crazy, but like tons of Marines, and you basically just had to fight through the whole thing. It's kind of like the end of the line thing. Not end of the line, what's it called? Heroes Pass in Borderlands 2. It's not the same points in the game, but it's a very similar kind of feeling area. There's just so many enemies and you have to fight through. Tons of fun though, honestly, tons of fun. I ended up going down here, but thank God to my launcher, I was able to get up from this guy. And please, Lord, please, Lord. Oh, I actually ended up dying here. Oh, fuck. You guys, I got fooled too. I thought I lived. Anyways, I guess I died. Big whoop. The respawn kept going. So after fighting through the majority of this stuff, there's only a few guys left to clean up. I ended up gaining like pretty decent amount of XP doing this too, because there's probably like 100 enemies or so. And we just had to go inside of Jack's office now. That's what we were looking for. So we finally made it over here, and we had to use this little scanner thing, and it didn't work. So we had to go find a claptrap. I love these claptraps. No, don't say sorry. Fucking claptraps are legit. This guy was really funny. I thought he was pretty funny. He's kind of like a security bot type thing, type situation. And we freed him from this little area here. I thought we were talking to that robot, but I was confused. It's actually just this little button that we need to press. And he popped right out. And he helped us. So thank you, Claptrap. Appreciate it. Oh, poor thing. Jack's such an asshole to these guys. So once the little claptrap was poking away at the computer, we had to defend him for a little bit. It didn't really take too long. And then he got told that he has to fuck the computer, and apparently it will kill him. And he didn't want to, but Jack threatened him with death anyways. So, poor guy. Yeah, look at that. He fucking died. Poor guy. Poor guy. So I don't know what integration means, but poor claptrap. Once we opened up Jack's office, he was able to teleport in here. His place looks pretty nice. I think it's kind of cool. Look at this office. Pretty fucking nice view. You can't be telling me if you're running a multi-trillion-dollar company. Probably hundreds of trillions. This is not a nice view. I'd be pretty fucking happy with that office. Then he told us that we have to go to the research and development section. So we're going to free some scientists. So nothing too crazy, but more fun, more shooting, more looting. So we just kind of fought through the heroism, the Hyperion hub of heroism. This is kind of the last little section that we need to handle. I was really just handling everyone with the same kind of premise, just using my ultimate all the time as much as I could, and then using this AR. Wasn't really too much to see here, but it was lots of fun. I really think the gameplay is fucking great. I like how Moonstone is dropped from tons of badass enemies, and there's lots of good variety of enemies in this game, you know, like it's really cool. They didn't just like pick and rip everything from Borderlands 2. There's some stuff that's kind of similar, but it's more similar to like Borderlands 1 with the Atlas soldiers and stuff like that. That's what I'd say. And so far I fucking built up a pretty decent Badass rank. I had tons of fucking coins to spend, so I got that done. And then this is what the skill tree, what we're rocking with so far. We're just kind of moving through the first one, so nothing crazy. Now we reached research and development, and we have to go free some scientists, so I have to kill some Torques first, though. These Torques were fucking super hard to kill because they were 3 levels over me. They were just eating rounds from my assault rifle, which is pretty new because most of the enemies, the human enemies, died in like 3 or 4 shots. So pretty fucking wild. So now we just had to find Gladstone. I didn't really know where he was. I was just hopping around talking to people on Discord. Finally found him. Looked at him through the wall. Fucking love this guy. What a G. What a absolute G. And that was the end of that quest. And then we were going to start the freeing of the scientists quest called Science and Violence. We got our 4th weapon slot from the boy. Thank you very much, my G. Hooked him up. Gonna go blow someone's head off with that free slot. Thank you, brother. So we made our way to the first scientist. He was pretty chill. We basically just had to clear out his little area from enemies. He didn't really have too many of weird preferences and things we needed to do. He wanted something from like across the map, but we just had to go over there and clear it out. It wasn't anything too crazy. Yeah, he wanted these family photos he left way over here with this other doctor. So we just ran back. I don't know. Just basically just collecting loot. Collecting loot for the doctor. And this was a pretty fucking cool thing too. Not this guy, but it was pretty cool that with this rock wall. I like their little rock wall thing here, invisible rock wall. And the scientist absolutely roasted this other guy to high hell. Poor fucking bastard. So we returned the family photos, and he was able to let us into the next room. The next room was really easy because the second guy was literally right here. He wanted something else. He wanted like a pool drained or something like that. But we just had to like kill everyone else here first before we did that. And there was tons of enemies to fight through to get to this fucking aquarium, or yeah, it's an aquarium. Tons of enemies, and most of them were over leveled. Basically, all of them were over leveled by me. So it was kind of difficult, like, not gonna lie. But it took me like 10 minutes or so to fight through. I used this launcher a lot because the launcher was fucking absolutely murking people. We got this from the chest beforehand, but fuck, dude, I love playing Digijack. Like, I think that skill is so fucking cool. Like, you just like click your wrist and pull out some guys, they start fucking busting caps. We picked up this gun as well, one of these laser rifles, so that was kind of nice. Got something new. And then we got a new grenade. I haven't even used that grenade. I'm pretty sure I just ended up selling it, but just sold all these. But good to get some new stuff. And then this is basically all we need to do. We just need to run over here and click this little button. When we clicked the button, the water started to drain down, and then once the water drained down, it was more accessible for people to go inside. And when we went inside, we were able to find something very special for this scientist. Something special that I think everyone can relate to. I think everyone can relate to at some point in your life. It's a teddy bear. It's just he's a grown man, so it's just a little bit weird. Just a little bit weird, but you know what? There's weirder shit in the world. Weirder shit in the world. So, like this thing, like the giant torque queen, but this thing wasn't too hard to kill. We just fucking shot it a bunch, and then it died. So, and then we were able to get out of here. These things are fucking kind of tough, though. It's basically just like the spider ants of this game, to be honest. So, it's not really a big deal. Just kind of cap it a few times, and it dies. The holograms fucking do quick work of it too. Fucking dope. I love those holograms, bro. So now we were close to the last scientist. We just had to talk to him. I'm glad that we were able to rescue all these guys. Fucking didn't want them sitting in here and getting killed. Haha, wink, 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 foreshadowing. Oh, fuck. So yeah, this is the guy that made like the cloaking tech thing on Jack. So that's kind of cool. This is the guy that created the wristband for him. So that's fucking dope. We have to go get this key card back. And when I got to the waypoint, I found out the key card was eaten by this massive stalker boss. So little does this stalker know, I've fought or whatever his name is, Brassus, many a time. So this guy's not very difficult. I literally didn't even sprint around. He was just like fucking waddling and trying to hit my digiclones, and that's basically all he did. And I just kind of shot him as he was doing that. Kind of glitched out back and forth. Then I put on this pistol, and I just got a new skill, which increases the fire rate when the digiclones get damaged. So this pistol just fucking shreds people. Grabbed the key card, grabbed everything else that I needed, and then we went to the last scientist. When we spoke to the last scientist, he gave us the cloaking device that we give to Jack, which he ends up using for the majority of Borderlands 2, basically the whole thing. So kind of fucking sick. And we just had to go give it back to him, and that was that. He's got Butterfingers, though. He was fucking tweaking out. It's so funny. Oh my god. Unfortunately, when we went back to talk to Jack, he's kind of tweaking a little bit. He wanted us to I don't know. I don't really know what to say. He was kind of tweaking a little bit. He wanted us to fucking kill these scientists that just gave him all these gifts. All for the this is kind of dope though. Like the couch and everything goes away. That's kind of fucking cool. But yeah, fucking poor guys. They ended up getting sucked out into space. Pretty fucking sad. Not gonna lie. I'll just let you guys watch it because poor bastards just fucking die. A gruesome, gruesome, horrible fucking death.
I am really sorry. Jack, don't!
So now that was dealt with, we moved on, and the next thing we need to do was access these tunnels so that we can get through to Helios, like to the other side of it. Because right now we're kind of just like, I guess, in the main foyer of the whole place. We're not able to do too much. So once we click this little button, it exposed the veins, quote unquote, of Helios, and I was able to get through. I was just kind of looking at shit and grabbing some loot here and there on the way. But yeah, we just had to move on and then run through that little door right down there. So this is where we first meet the rats. Apparently there was like some disease or something like that. Some infection that spread through here, and all the old workers and stuff like basically turned into rats. And then there's some marines and stuff. I was just very, very, very under-leveled here, so it took me a little bit to fight through, but it wasn't so bad. I just kept using my stomp ability over and over for the most part, and trying to get these guys dealt with the best I could. This laser rifle was kind of carrying me a little bit, but nothing like this fucking Vladov weapon, you know. Vladov always gets the job done. We exited this airlock, and we had to do some space jumping. Had to do some nice jumping in space between all this different stuff. This part's kind of cool. It's basically just a jumping puzzle. You just work your way down and end up blowing a hole in the side of the space station so you could enter. There's a few enemies here and there, but nothing too crazy. A couple ships. These guys are more damaging than everything else just because they have so much health. It's kind of hard to deal with them. They'll damage you a lot before you can get them down. But I was using my clones, and the clones, honestly, are the best thing in the world because you can just go sit in a corner and no one shoots you. They focus on their clone. Thank God. Honestly, fucking love that skill. Once we jumped through it all, we made it to this little tunnel, and this was meant to be like the ending. But we got fucking psyched by Zarpedon, and they blew up all those barrels trying to kill us. But they can't kill us. They can't kill us. Fuck them. They try their fucking best. They try their fucking best. But now we gotta go blow up the space station so we can make a hole. Fuck these people. They can fucking suck one. We just had to shoot a bunch of these regulators. There was 2 stations that we had to shoot 3 sets of regulators in. There was some enemies in here too, but they weren't really too hard. And then it ended up blowing me out into the middle of fucking nowhere, and I just fucking died. I was so pissed. And then like Jack's like, oh, try not to get sucked out into space, and I literally died like that second. I was like, fuck this game. It's fucking hilarious. Once we blew up the other regulators for the other station, we just had to get back to a safe distance. And from the safe distance, we were able to do a fucking big old detonation. Look at this. A bang, bang, bang. A 1 and a 2 and a blow the fucking shit sky high. I almost fell off here, but thank God to my epic fucking gamer skills, I was able to get back up without having to respawn. So that was kind of nice. And we just kind of like hopped on this little this little pad. And I kind of like, instead of doing like a huge jump side to side and doing all these different things, I just fucking tried to shoot right for it. And I was able to make my way right in there, so thank God. And that's basically that. Then we just need to cross into the next area. Once we got into the Helios station, basically like the military part of it, Jack just wanted us to turn on this fast travel so that he was able to like start doing all sorts of stuff here with the computers, and that's basically it. And then this is basically like the end of the mission. We just kind of get him spawned in here, and then he goes to open the door. Once we got inside, my game froze, but that's fine because I needed to go get some levels anyways, so I did a bunch of leveling off screen, and then we ended up moving on after that to the next story mission. Alrighty, so now that we got some levels, we had to fight through and go shut down that laser. I found some new weapons too, like this Torgo. It's basically just the Ogre. I basically found a purple version of the Ogre. It's pretty fucking dope. My fucking Jack clones were doing some serious fucking damage. I found a new Doll sniper rifle, so you guys know who that goes. Those are fucking crazy in this game. Also found an explosive Jacobs shotgun. Crazy. Fucking crazy. If this thing was in Borderlands 2, oh my god, the builds would be just immaculate. But I'm sure you can do a crazy fucking build with this thing as well in the pre-sequel. Got a new rocket launcher. Got a bunch of new shit, man. Fucking new shield. I got this shield called the Sunrise from all this stuff was just from doing quests, like side missions around this area. So it was good to get some levels because this is a level 24 mission. So thank God. Once we made it over to the Eye, there was like this big lockdown sequence, and then we had to run around and go destroy a bunch of different power things across the station. So it wasn't so bad, but we had to go to the left and the right, and we had to clear all the stuff out. So basically just killing a bunch of enemies and destroying some regulators. Nothing really too crazy. The first one was just right here. You just have to shoot the blue. I didn't even do anything. It just got blown up from someone else trying to shoot me, so that was kind of cool. And then we just moved over to the second one. We also can activate these loaders now because I did a couple side quests, so that was kind of cool. I like how it's like up to the player to figure out that part of it. So kind of fucking sick. After fighting through a few more enemies, we found the first one that we need to shut down. I did like an expert little snipe on this thing as it turned through, and I got just the blue one. Look at that. Pretty fucking cool, eh? Pretty cool. Yeah, look at that, eh? Yeah, that's right, Moxie. That's right. And then we just had to move to the next two. The next one, I ended up fucking up, but it was just around the corner. It wasn't really too far. I just had to fight through a few more enemies, and I don't know how I fucked this up, but I did. And yeah, it didn't really matter for the mission, but it's just kind of like I just was fucking baked and retarded. So, is what it is what it fucking is. But so far, it's having a lot of fun with the game. Honestly, it's been tons of fucking fun. Then we just had to go back to the main area and do a little bit of a fight, and then we'll be able to take down the big one. Now that we were back at the main area, we basically just had to fight off everyone for like 2-3 minutes or so while the power gets drained from the reactor. So I just kind of activated my ultimate and stayed right next to it and just shot people from a distance. Anyone that tried to come close to disable it, because there's like this animation that these guys will go through to disable the reactor so that we have to restart. So I just kind of wanted to stand right next to it so that doesn't end up happening. And other than that, I mean, it was basically just like shooting people left and right, just kind of running in circles and shooting people. So yeah, it wasn't really too hard. And then with the reactor shut down, it basically ran out of power, the force field was done, and we were able to run into the next area, which was the Eye of Helios. So, dun 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 dun, boss fight time. We just had to run through with Jack. And this area wasn't really, there was no real enemies or anything up until the boss, so it's kind of just like prep for a boss. There's like, whenever you see the vending machines when you enter an area and like there's only like a blacked out spot with a waypoint like right there, you know there's gonna be a boss. We had to wait till the laser fired and then we ran through this area, so that wasn't so bad. Just kind of had to wait, and then it's just basically the same thing as what happened in Tiny Tina's DLC with the raising and falling platforms, except for with lightning. That's really all it is. And then it was really funny because in the pre-sequel you have like this boosting thing, right, because of your jetpack or whatever, your Ozpack. So I just kind of boosted forward and really wasn't that hard. Then I got some ammo, getting ready for this boss. When we got outside, we were meeting by who else? Who do you think? Zarpedon. We're meeting by Zarpedon. Zarpedon really didn't come to fight. I was so fucking powerful at this point in the game just because I did all those side quests. I had some really fucking good loot, and I was basically on level for this boss fight. So, I mean, there was only a 3-level difference, and I ended up leveling up during the boss fight. I generally try to do that if it's like a hard boss, but as you guys can see, I mean, this Jacob shotgun fucking just melted the boss. And as soon as I get a kill, I do crazy damage as well. So just fucking absolutely melted the boss just like that. Shot her in the face a whole bunch. It really wasn't that hard. I didn't even need to worry about like the power for the shields. Like I didn't even go to destroy anything to like stop her shield to regen or anything like that. Just blasted her a bunch. Got a nice level out of it. Then killed everyone else. And guess what? Guess fucking what? I got a legendary drop from this boss. I didn't even know this boss had a legendary drop. I've never fucking played much pre-sequel. I got this thing. Fucking cool, man. And this thing's nuts. Like, it's basically like an auto lock-on burst fire laser gun. Super fucking happy that I got this. The ZX1, I think it's called. Yeah, fucking super cool. Look at this. It's like pew pew pew. It's like a real laser gun. And it's just fucking mental. This thing carried us to the last bit of the game. And we found out the boss was still alive. Found out she just hopped right out. Just wait for this. I'm just gonna fucking blast her ass into next fucking week. Fucking, you know what she has right now? She has something I made up when I was working security. She has DBS. This fucking bitch has dumb bitch syndrome. DBS. And we blasted her in the face with her own fucking legendary drop. Just melted her. Used my little digi-clones. And then that was that. That's all she wrote, man. Fucking, sorry. Hit her with the fucking auto-aim Borderlands technique. And that was that. We just absolutely melted the boss. And that was that. Cool. Got the second wind. And then Jack did this little cutscene where he basically just like beat the shit out of her and killed her. Because she told him that the vault is open. So, yeah. That's what you'll see here. He's just kind of squaring up, chatting against her. She's bleeding out fucking purple goo. He doesn't give a fuck, and he just fucking is so happy that the vault's open. And yeah. Oh fuck. Just Sigma, fucking Sigma. Like, what do I need to say? Now that Zarpedon was out of the way, we found out that the Eye of Helios is actually the eye of the destroyer with like a bunch of energy put through to be a laser. So that's fucking kind of cool. But we had to turn it off, and everyone was freaking out. So yeah, we just had to turn it off. The reboot sequence was kind of crazy. There was a bunch of this weird like gravity shit going on, like time distortion and all sorts of crazy shit. So yeah, that's kind of crazy. Space-time instability detected. That's pretty fucking wild. And we ended up leaving this area and detonating it kind of like remotely. When we went to detonate it, apparently there was a problem, and turns out we got double crossed by everyone, Roland and all them. They killed so many people here, so many fucking people, probably like I'd be willing to guess 100,000 employees. Fucking crazy. Fucking crazy. And it went into wherever the destroyer was from. So that's pretty fun. They get sucked through into the rest of the destroyer's realm, I guess, and they just die basically immediately. So that's pretty fucking cool. And yeah, so they tried to kill Jack, but it didn't work because of Helios. I guess it's just so big it's hard to pull it in. So, but everyone else gets fucking killed. All these people get killed. They get sucked into the abyss of nothingness. So, fucking, that sucks. That sucks. Fuck them. Apparently, we are immune to slips in space-time. That's really all that I found out here. I think we should have died, but we didn't. And now this is basically the end of the game. We just get to go to the final little push. So let's move to the Dull Refinery or whatever it is and close this bitch out. In the last area of the game, it was pretty fucking crazy. There was a bunch of really high-level enemies. All these like Marines and stuff like that were just fucking blasting me. But kind of cool, definitely, like as Jack said, bunch of like cool alien crap around there. And we just kind of ran through it. I didn't really stop to kill everyone because I thought I was at a decent level. Apparently I was wrong. And we had another boss fight coming up, which I thought was pretty cool. This guy fucking injured and gives up. He surrenders. Jack wanted us to shoot him. I said no. I was like, I'm fucking all good. I don't need to shoot this random guy. Like, fuck that guy. Yeah, fuck him. Fuck him. When we got downstairs, we were greeted by the original bunker, I guess you could say. Bunker 1.0. This fucking jet. This jet's crazy. Look at the speed on this bastard. Fucking wild, bro. Fucking cool cutscene, too. Honestly, fucking pretty dope cutscene. Yeah, this boss fight was a bitch. I died 3 times, even with my crazy fucking build. So I couldn't hit him with my fucking OP laser gun. Immediately was like, god damn it. So I had to change off of that. Get a little higher. I tried a couple different other guns, but eventually I figured it out. I ended up just using this rocket launcher to kind of deal with all the enemies, like the ads and stuff like that. And I was just jumping back and forth, hitting these guardians. So many fucking guardians around here. And that was like one thing that I didn't add into the video. There was like a special guardian like a few minutes ago, but nothing really too crazy. It's just an introduction basically saying, oh, these are the guardians. But we already know what they are because we played the other game, so it's not a big deal. But this kind of ogre knockoff, ripoff, Kmart ogre, Walmart brand ogre, Kirkland brand ogre. Although some people think Kirkland's god tier. I'm not sure. Whatever you want. Kmart, Walmart, Kirkland, just pick one of them. That thing just ripped this RKM, I guess you could call it, RKM jet, in half. So it wasn't really too hard, and the launcher was used for everything else. And then it basically pulled up and did the same thing as the bunker, and we shot it, got a level out of it, and got a bunch of moonstone. Didn't really drop me anything too great, just a bunch of moonstone. I'm sure there's a legendary drop from it, but I didn't get anything from it. So rip. Once we were in the vault, so to speak, it was basically just like a cave that then branched off into this area. We had to run through this whole place. There was like literally like 100 of these fucking guardians. They were just absolutely everywhere. They were all over leveled than me. It was super fucking annoying, but the shotgun cleared them out. The shotgun was so fucking good. I just basically spammed it, trigger slapped it, that motherfucker, and shot all these guys with this explosive Jacob shotgun. So, I mean, when you have an explosive Jacob shotgun, you can probably kill anything in the game. Like, this thing is monster. I think it's fucking just, oh, what a fucking good gun. Nothing like the quad, right? Nothing like the quad. And this is the legendary gun. This thing is crazy. Look at it. It's like a laser beam, and it auto aims, like it auto fires, auto locks onto people at any range. It's actually fucking wicked. It's basically like the Hellfire as well. Like it has some crazy damage over the time. Like there's damage over time stacks, which I noticed, which is just fucking wild. So it just melts people like Borderlands 1 fire, basically. Fucking super cool. There's some dope fucking EDM music as well. And then once we got to the end here, we basically just had to kill the rest of these little aliens. And once the little aliens were killed, we were able to enter the vault, the real vault. And this vault is fucking batshit insane compared to the one from Borderlands 2. I mean, this is like a whole nother fucking universe. It's like a sub-pocket dimension. It's like they dug a massive, massive, massive chunk out of the moon, or the moon's like hollow or something insane. It basically just like propelled us and launched us deep, deep, deep within this fucking hole. And this is where the game ends. This isn't the end of the game, this cutscene, but this is where we fight the final boss and figure it all out. So it's been tons of fun so far, but I just thought this cutscene was kind of sick, like for the lore wise. Like this is pretty wild, man. Like you see clouds and everything, whole fucking, it must be like some sort of hologram type situation, right? Judging by those hexagons and stuff like that. So kind of fucking dope, not gonna lie. So we fought our way through, just killing a bunch of aliens. I basically just shot them with this rocket launcher and trying to speed run through. And then we met this massive alien, which is disgusting. This thing is fucking so disgusting. Like, you can't tell me this cutscene's not disgusting, bro. Look at that. Like, what the fuck? Like, fuck off. Like, fuck off. I made it my mission to kill this thing so fast. I was so grossed out. I was looking at that wall and I thought my game froze. But that's so fucking nasty, man. Like, had some pretty chunky health on it too, though. Not gonna lie. Didn't just ate my launchers like nothing. But I started getting damage over time on it, and as soon as I got this fire, the fire damage over time just held the trigger down. This thing got fucking melted, man. Like, look at that. Look at the damage on that compared to the launcher. That's basically like I'm doing a full auto fucking launcher on this motherfucker right now. So, especially once the shield is broken, hit it with a couple of those snowballs, which is basically just a fastball. Fucking super cool, man. Super cool. Weird fucking boss, weird enemies, but I mean, it's kind of good. Like, I think it's kind of cool compared to like just like the ones we saw in Borderlands 2, as well as, actually, I don't even think there were any in Borderlands 2, just Borderlands 1. So kind of cool that we get to see them again, I guess, the Iridians. So that was that, and then now we just had to run up to the top and do the final boss. So I was getting swarmed like crazy, but it didn't matter because I had my Jack clones up. And we killed every single one of these son of a bitches. We just burned them all. I'll burn them all to ash. So fuck them. Once we made it inside, we just went over to this little crack and touched it, and I don't know, fucking, I guess, teleported, basically with the same powers as the sirens, I guess you could say. And at this point in the game, it was kind of unfortunate, but I was running low on space on my computer, so I didn't realize it, but the last, like, 1 minute of the game, like, once basically the killing shot of the boss got frozen, and I couldn't record anymore past then. But I have, like, 3/4 of the boss fight, and nothing really happens. Once you kill him at the very end, this is a pretty cool boss too, by the way. It's like called the Sentinel. When I first played this years ago, I didn't really like the boss. I was so overpowered. I was like level 29 or something when I did this in normal mode originally. And it was just too much. It just wasn't hard at all. And even at this point, it wasn't hard either. I was just kind of, I already knew what to do, knew how to play it, and I didn't even take a death whatsoever. But it has multiple stages. It's a 6-stage boss fight, so that's kind of cool. 6 stages is kind of fucking dope, you know? Like, really test your mettle and make sure you know what you're doing. There was nobody to get up on, but apparently if you down the shield, counts as killing him. So I didn't really judge it. I didn't judge it whatsoever. And then I started using the shotgun, and I got killed by the AoE, which I should have fucking seen coming. Didn't really matter though, because I was able to hit one of these little guys with the launcher and get myself up. Oh no, the launcher didn't even work. I had to use the ogre, and the ogre saved my life here because of the fucking fire rate. I got a level midway through, put it into something random. I think the final point, the final point, which ended up saving me during this fight a few times as well. And yeah, it was a pretty fucking sick fight. I basically just shot him a whole bunch, just like you're seeing now. Used the shotgun, just melted him, and yeah, that's basically it. Once he's in his 3rd phase and you're able to down him, he kind of changes a little bit, right? So I was able to use this shotgun. I ran out of ammo. I was trying to blast him with anything, but I started to run low on ammo, so I hit him with that ogre. He died. The first time I ever played this, I thought this was the end of the game, and I was actually pretty sad. But there is more to it. It just takes like a minute, and this motherfucker starts rising out of the ground. So, kind of fucking cool. He starts rising out of the ground and begging to be shot, so I ran around, picked up some more ammo for my shotgun, and just kind of got prepped. I just kind of waited for this motherfucker to stop health gating, coming from wherever he just came from, wherever that realm is. Fucking pretty crazy. I think this is a pretty cool boss, though. It looks similar to the there's like a Bakugan from when I was a kid that has multiple faces, and I'm pretty sure there's a god as well. And I forget the culture, but Hindu culture or something like that. There's a god. Pretty fucking cool, man. Pretty sick. And I just kind of like shot him a whole bunch. There's really not much to say about this guy. You can't shoot him anywhere in the body. You just have to shoot him in the face. But he doesn't have a lot of health. Like, I'm able to drain him pretty fucking quick with this shotgun. Like, really only like 12, 15 shots per bar of health, like shield and health. So probably about 20 shotgun shells or so, 30 shotgun shells to kill one phase of him. So it really wasn't that bad. I was able to melt him pretty quickly. And once we got him down to the final phase, like I said, my recording software ran out of space, like my hard drive ran out of space. So I'll basically just tell you guys what happened now. We got him down to the final space, like of his health. He dies, and then Jack comes in there. He looks at the vault key kind of thing, and he gets a vision of the warrior. And then Lilith comes in and punches the vault key right into his face and scarring him. Then the game ends, and he goes back, and you go hand him the mission, and he's basically just like, all right, we got a lot of work to do. I'm going to get my face fixed by this doctor, and then we're going to wake the warrior, and we're going to kill those sons of bitches. So, honestly, the game was really fucking fun. I enjoyed it a ton. It was so much better than what I used to think it was, man. The pre-sequel was so much more fun playing it again years later, whatever it is, 11 years later, or something crazy. So, if you guys watched the majority of this video, or watched the very end, or watched any of it, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, guys, from the bottom of my heart. I fucking put tons of effort into making these videos. It's just a hobby for me. You know, I'm busy as hell normally, day-to-day life, and I still sit here for a few hours late at night and edit in my own free time Saturday night, and just for the sake of doing it, because I really enjoy doing it. So this was the last phase here. He just turned into like some caustic shit and started puking out New Delhi bathwater, New Delhi fucking swamp, river water. He just I don't know if I can say this, but I'm not gonna say that. But yeah, he just started puking out a bunch of fucking shit. Is basically what they mix street food with over there. So some sewer oil. And yeah, no, that was basically the game. And thank you guys so much for watching. I ended up killing him here. It's not going to show it, like I said, because my recording software fucking tweaked out, and that was that. So you guys are just going to have to trust me. But thank you guys for watching, and hope you guys have a wonderful day. Stay loud. See ya. Bye. Leave a like and subscribe. Leave a like and subscribe, please. I beg. I beg you. More content every day. More content every day. See you guys. Bye.